She snapped, "You either trust me or you re the problem," while packing for a weekend with 3 men. I replied, "Okay, do what you want. Open the door and let her perform her freedom." Days later, one of the men there contacted me, my girlfriend, Marin, 29F, and I have been together 2 years, living in my house in Aurora, outside Denver for 8 months. Things seemed solid. We split bills fairly, talked about future plans, had our routines. No major red flags that I noticed, which is why Thursday night blindsided me. I am a project manager at a mid-sized construction company. Pretty standard Colorado, life work hard. Own my place after years of saving. Spend weekends hiking or fixing things around the house. Marin does social media for a chain of fitness studios. We met through mutual friends at a brewery. Hit it off immediately. Moved in together when her lease was up because we were basically living together anyway. Thursday evening, she comes home all excited about this trip. Her friend Kelsey is planning. Girls' weekend to Moab in 3 weeks, she announces. Cool, I think. She deserves a break. I trust her. Whatever. I am already mentally planning what house projects I will tackle while she is gone. Then she casually drops it. Oh, and Kelsey's inviting her brother and 2 of his friends to join us. So it will be 4 girls and 3 guys. Isn't that fun? Like a whole group adventure thing. I must have made a face because she immediately went defensive. What? It is not like that. They are just friends. Kelsey's brother is bringing his buddies to help with the harder hikes. I tried to keep my tone level. Babe, that is not really a girls' trip anymore. That is more like a couples trip format with single guys mixed in. That is different. It is 2024. Graham, guys and girls can be friends. Don't you trust me? And here is where my stomach started churning because I have heard this script before. My dad heard it for years while my mom's book club turned out to be her emotional affair headquarters. I watched him get called insecure and controlling for having totally reasonable boundaries. I swore I would never be that guy, sitting there taking it. It is not about trust, I said carefully. It is about respect. If you had told me a month ago you wanted to go camping overnight with 3 random guys, I would have told you that crosses a line for me, but you are presenting this as already decided. Like my input doesn't matter. Marin's face hardened. I am not asking permission, Graham. I am an adult. I am telling you I am going. If you trust me, this shouldn't be an issue. If you don't trust me, then maybe we have bigger problems. The air in the room changed. I felt that ice-cold clarity you get sometimes, where everything slows down and you see exactly what is happening. This wasn't a discussion, this was a test, a power play. So that is an ultimatum, I said quietly. Either I am cool with this, or we have bigger problems. She crossed her arms, chin up. I am saying that healthy relationships require trust. Yes or no, Graham? Are you going to freak out about this, or are you going to be an adult? I stood up from the couch, weirdly calm. My voice didn't even shake. You are right, those are 2 options. Here is option 3. You can pack your stuff and be out by Sunday night. The color drained from her face. What? You heard me. You don't ask for my blessing. You don't ask for input. You just tell me you are doing something that crosses a boundary and then frame it as me being insecure if I object. That is not a relationship I am interested in. So yeah, start packing. You are seriously breaking up with me over a trip. Her voice cracked. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I am breaking up with you over an ultimatum. You positioned this as accept it or we have problems. I am choosing problems. You have got until Sunday. She tried everything, backtracking. I didn't mean it as an ultimatum. I was just communicating. Tears. I cannot believe you are doing this to us. Accusations. You are being controlling. You are insecure. Your dad issues are showing. Nothing moved me. I felt like I was watching myself from outside my body. Every word she said just confirmed I was making the right call. Friday, she kept texting. Long paragraphs about how I was overreacting, how she couldn't believe I was throwing away 2 years over this. Saturday morning, she showed up with Kelsey and another friend to start getting her stuff. Kelsey shot me dirty looks the whole time. Marin tried one more time to have a real conversation, oscillating between crying and angry silence. I stayed polite but firm. By Sunday evening, she was gone, staying at Kelsey's place across town. Now my phone's blowing up. Her version is spreading through our friend group like wildfire. I am a controlling asshole who couldn't handle her having male friends. I failed some kind of trust test. She dodged a bullet with my issues. My buddy Tyler texted me that girls' trips with guy friends are pretty normal now. And maybe I overreacted. Even my mom called to say 2 years is a long time to throw away without trying to work it out first. But here is the thing. I keep replaying that conversation. She didn't ask, she told. And when I objected, she made it about my inadequacy, not her behavior. That is exactly what my mom did to my dad for 18 years. So Reddit, did I nuke a good relationship? Or did she show me exactly who she is? Update 1 Sunday night. Maren showed up with Kelsey and Jessica to get her last stuff. I had boxed everything: bathroom, clothes, yoga mat, those throw pillows she loved. She wanted to talk privately. I said kitchen only. Friends stay in living room. In the kitchen, she oscillated between crying Maren and angry Maren. Crying she didn't mean it as an ultimatum, was being honest about needs. Angry, I am punishing her for boundaries and proving her trust issues, right? I stayed quiet. When she finished, I said, "You told me accept it or we have bigger problems. That is an ultimatum." My answer is, we have bigger problems. I am not punishing you. I am just not interested in this dynamic. What dynamic? Where I either agree with you or I am insecure. Where my boundaries are trust issues but yours are needs. That is not partnership. She stared like I had grown a second head, grabbed the box and left. So yeah, her version's making the rounds. According to mutual friends, I am an insecure, controlling asshole. Social media posts about knowing your worth and not settling for someone who tries to control you. Whatever. I am not going to argue my side on Instagram. My buddy Tyler, the one who initially said I overreacted, came over Monday night with a 6-pack. We talked for a while, and eventually I posed a hypothetical to him. Tyler, would you be cool with Jen going to Moab overnight with 3 random guys? He started to say something, stopped, typing bubble energy. Long pause. That is different. How is it different? I mean, Jen wouldn't do that to me, but if she did, if she came home and said, "Hey, I am going camping with 3 guys I don't really know for a weekend," and when you said it made you uncomfortable, she told you that you either trust her or you don't, what would you say? He was quiet for a solid minute, staring at his beer. Then, fuck. Yeah, I would be pissed. Exactly. He admitted he had been conditioned to think having any boundary with women automatically makes you controlling these days, that if you are not totally chill with everything, you are insecure or toxic. We talked for a while about how that is complete bullshit, how boundaries aren't the same as control. He didn't fully apologize, but I could tell he was rethinking his initial reaction. This one really fucked me up though. My mom called Tuesday, started with the usual 2 years is a long time speech, asking if I had considered couples therapy, saying maybe I was being too hasty. I explained the ultimatum part in detail, how Maren framed it as my inadequacy, not her behavior, how familiar it all felt. Mom went silent, like long silence. I actually thought the call had dropped. "Mom, you still there?" "Your grandmother," she said finally, her voice weird. "Your dad's mom. She said the same thing to me once, about your mother's book clubs." I blinked. What? Turns out my dad's mom, who died when I was 15, had pulled my mom aside years into their marriage and said my mom's book clubs seemed to involve an awful lot of male friends and weekend trips. My mom had told her that she either trusted her or she didn't, and that she wasn't going to be controlled by outdated relationship standards. "I thought Grandma was just being old-fashioned," my mom said quietly. "But looking back, knowing what I know now about what came later, Graham, your father stayed because of you kids. He stayed way too long. And I dismissed every single concern he ever had as him being insecure." We talked for over an hour, about patterns, about how she wished she had protected my dad's dignity more, about how she sees exactly the same pattern in what Maren just did to me. "I am not saying 2 years isn't significant," she said, "but 2 years isn't worth 20 years of this dynamic. Your father gave me 20 years, please. Don't be your father. Jesus Christ." I wasn't expecting that at all. Wednesday evening, Maren showed up unannounced. Eyes red, mascara smudged, said she had been thinking, realized she pushed too hard, willing to cancel the trip if we could talk. I leaned against the doorframe. "Why cancel something you gave me an ultimatum about?" I wasn't thinking clearly. "I don't want to lose us over this." You said yes or no. I said no. You called me controlling. Now, you will cancel. What changed? She looked confused, hadn't thought through the logic. I realized I don't want to lose you. This isn't compromise. This is you realizing the ultimatum didn't work and trying a different approach. Her face crumpled, tears. Apologies. Promises to work on communication. I felt nothing. Like watching a stranger perform. I appreciate you coming by, but I am good. This breakup was the right call. She tried engaging more, but I kept it short. Eventually she left. Here is the kicker. After she left, I checked Instagram, hadn't unfollowed yet. Thirst trap photo from that day, full makeup. Low cut top. Caption. Not settling for someone who doesn't see my worth. Kelsey commented. Moab is gonna be so healing, babe, Marin replied. Exactly what I need right now. The trip's still happening. The I will cancel it was complete bullshit. Screenshot sent to Tyler, no comment. He responded. Bro, holy shit. I am sorry I doubted you. I feel weirdly vindicated but also sad. Part of me misses what I thought we had. But Mom's conversation put it in perspective. I watched Dad become a shell, get called insecure for years, stay for the kids until I graduated. They divorced that summer. It was bitter. I am not doing that. 2 years isn't 2 decades. If this is who Marin is when challenged ultimatums, manipulation, narrative control, I don't want the 20-year version. Whether she hooks up with someone in Moab or not, the relationship ended when she made it a power play instead of a conversation. I am okay. Little lonely. Sure, the house feels quiet, but it is the good kind of quiet. Not walking on eggshells quiet. Just peaceful. Update 2. The trip was this past weekend. Marin and crew headed to Utah for their healing adventure. I stayed home and had a decent weekend. Hiked Lookout Mountain Saturday, worked on the deck, watched Broncos at a buddy's Sunday. Didn't check social media. Finally getting mental clarity. Then Sunday night, 10:30 p.m. I get a DM from an account I don't recognize. Generic mountain landscape profile, pic Brad Kimball. Almost ignored it. Message said, Hey man, I think you should know something about your girlfriend or ex. There has been confusion. Stomach dropped. Who is this? He was one of the 3 guys on the Moab trip. His friend Connor invited him group camping with Denver people. Sounded fun. He had no idea Marin had a boyfriend. Any boyfriend Marin spent the entire weekend actively flirting with Connor. Not subtle. Friendly flirting obvious. Physical, touchy flirting. Friday night around the campfire, she was practically sitting in Connor's lap. Saturday on the hikes, constantly holding his hand during the scrambles. That kind of thing. Brad said he didn't think much of it at first because Connor had mentioned before the trip that this girl Marin was single and seemed interested. Made sense at the time, people meet on trips. Whatever. But then Saturday night, Brad was scrolling Instagram back at camp and saw a tagged photo of Marin from a few weeks ago, a group shot from some fitness studio event. In the comments, someone had tagged me with a joke about relationship goals or some shit. He clicked through to my profile out of curiosity. Saw multiple photos of Marin and me together. Recent photos, including one from just a month ago at a brewery. Her kissing my cheek, my arm around her. Caption about date night and celebrating something. Brad sent me screenshots, the brewery photo, plus a text exchange with Connor from earlier that evening that said, Yo, Marin's definitely into me, right? I am not reading this wrong. She has been all over me today. Connor thought he was shooting his shot with a legitimately single girl. Marin had told everyone on the trip, everyone, that she had been single for over a month now. She told Kelsey's brother that she just got out of a long-term thing and was taking time to figure herself out. Brad's message continued. Look man, I don't know what the full deal is here, but Connor's a genuinely good dude and he deserves to know if he is being played. And if you are actually her boyfriend or were recently, you deserve to know she is telling people you basically don't exist. Just thought you should have the info. I stared at my phone for what felt like 5 solid minutes, reading and rereading everything. Then I screenshot the entire conversation and sent it to Tyler with just 3 words. Called it. Tyler's response was immediate. Holy shit, dude. I am so sorry I doubted you. You fucking called it exactly. I didn't respond to Brad right away because I was still processing the whole thing, but after about 20 minutes I finally wrote back. Thanks for letting me know. We broke up about a week and a half ago, so yeah, technically she is single now. But the timeline she is giving people is interesting. Appreciate you reaching out, man. Sounds like Connor's getting played just as much as I was. Brad wrote back pretty quickly, damn. Sorry to hear that, man. For what it is worth, she seems like bad news. Connor can do way better, I agreed. Told him to tell Connor whatever he thought was right. Brad said he would. I didn't hear from Marin at all on Monday, radio silence, which was honestly a relief. But Tuesday evening, my phone lit up with texts. First one, I miss you. Second, this trip made me realize what I had, what I threw away. Third, can we please talk? I know I messed up. I want to fix this. I let them sit for about an hour, thought about ignoring them completely, but something in me wanted to close this loop definitively. I responded with a screenshot of Brad's message, just the screenshot, no comment. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. This went on for like 5 minutes. Finally, her message came through, who the fuck is that? I typed back, one of the guys from Moab, thought you should know your stories aren't lining up. The typing bubble appeared immediately. Disappeared, appeared again. When her response finally came, I could practically hear the panic in it. Are you seriously going to believe some random guy over me? I kept my response simple. Marin, he has no reason to lie. You have every reason to. The math isn't hard. Another long pause. Then a wall of text. This is insane. He is taking things out of context. I was protecting myself from awkward questions. We had just broken up, Graham. What was I supposed to say? I responded. You could have said, I just got out of a relationship. Instead, you said you have been single for over a month. We broke up 10 days ago. You do the math. Her next message came fast. All caps energy. You are twisting everything. You dumped me, remember? I don't owe you an explanation of how I process that. I stared at that message for a moment. The mental gymnastics were honestly impressive. I typed one last response. You are right. You don't. And I don't owe you another conversation about this. I blocked her number, blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Just done. Tyler came over next night with beers and a real apology, not half-assed genuine. Said watching me hold a boundary made him realize how many he would let slide with Jen. We talked about how having standards became toxic masculinity, and we started apologizing for basic self-respect. You knew from the second she said it, and I called you insecure. I am sorry, man. That meant a lot. Sienna from work texted to check in. Someone told her what happened. She had seen the same pattern with her ex positioning sketchy behavior as her being controlling. Wished she had had my clarity to walk away instead of 2 more years. Trying to prove she wasn't crazy. We got lunch. Just friends. She is seeing someone anyway. But good to talk to someone who got it. Even Kelsey reached out. Short text. I didn't know she told everyone she had been single. That is fucked up. I am sorry. Heard through the grapevine Marin and Connor are officially dating. 2 weeks after Instagram couple photos. Good for them, I guess. I am not even angry anymore. That night with Brad's message, I was furious. Now, just relieved. Like I dodged something that would have gotten way worse. I keep thinking about Mom's conversation, about Dad spending 20 years where his boundaries were trust issues. I watched him shrink, lose himself, always walking on eggshells. 2 years isn't 20. I got out early. Some nights the house feels empty. Random moments, Marin laughing, stealing my hoodies, Sunday breakfasts. I miss those moments, but I don't miss the person who gave an ultimatum then lied about being single a week later. Those aren't the same person. Focusing on other stuff now. Work's busy, big commercial project. Got promoted to senior PM. Finished the deck. Started the basement. Gym more consistently. Went camping with Tyler and buddies last weekend. Just guys. No drama. Final update. No, Marin and I haven't reconciled. No dramatic revenge. Just time to process and figure out what I want. Marin and Connor are still together, fully blocked everywhere. Don't ask mutual friends. From what I have heard peripherally, lots of social media, hiking, breweries, posts about real love and finding someone who trusts you. Connor's problem now, don't wish bad on him. He didn't know the situation. Maybe it will work. Maybe he is fine with their dynamic. Not my circus. Tyler and I are solid, better than before. That apology wasn't just words. He has been working on his own boundaries with Jen. Had a big conversation. It went well. Thanked me for modeling what self-respect looks like. Our friendship's stronger because it is more honest. Sienna and I still grab lunch sometimes. Just friends. She is seeing that guy seriously now. Nice having someone who gets the dynamics without explaining. Mom and I talk more now. Really talk. Heavy conversations about my parents' marriage she has never opened up about before. She admitted Grandma was right about a lot. Wishes she had listened. Said watching me hold a boundary. She couldn't help Dad hold made her proud. That wrecked me in the best way. I also reached out to Dad. We have been distant since the divorce. Drove to Colorado Springs. Got dinner. Told him about Marin, the ultimatum, Mom's conversation. He was quiet for a long time. I am glad you walked away. I wish I had had your spine at your age. We talked for hours. His marriage, patterns, he ignored. Staying for the kids but wishing he had left sooner. How he lost himself trying to prove he wasn't the problem. I apologized for judgmental shit I had said about the divorce. He got choked up. Best conversation we have ever had. We are going fishing next month. Rebuilding something that got lost. I am intentionally single. Not broken, just figuring out what I actually want versus what I thought I was supposed to want. Couple casual dates. Nothing serious. Focusing on work, house, hobbies. I would let slide. Got that senior PM promotion. More money, more responsibility, keeps me busy in a good way. Finished the basement proper gym and entertainment space. Feels good to have projects actually for me. Started therapy a month ago. Nothing dramatic, not traumatized, but wanted to understand why I moved so fast with Marin. Why I ignored early red flags obvious in hindsight. Therapist says I overfunction in relationships, take responsibility for making everything work. Apparently from watching Dad wanting to do it better. Working on that. Loneliness hits sometimes. Nights when I am home alone, miss having someone to share the day with, make dinner with. But then I remember walking on eggshells, wondering if the next conversation would turn into me being insecure. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. Marin showed me exactly who she is when challenged. Someone who would manipulate rather than communicate. Someone who will make you the problem rather than take accountability. Someone already planning an exit while talking about a future. I don't regret the relationship. Good times, learned things, but don't regret ending it either. 2 years is significant, but not a life sentence. Rather be single with dignity than coupled up constantly questioning reality. Some DMs saying I won or got the last laugh. That is not how I see it. I didn't win anything except the ability to sleep soundly without wondering what I am tolerating. That is not victory, that is baseline. Bare minimum for how you should feel in a relationship. Biggest lesson, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't let anyone talk you out of instincts with therapy language and insecurity accusations. Boundaries aren't controlling. Standards aren't toxic. Walking away from ultimatums isn't overreacting, it is self-preservation. I am good. Not perfect. Not living my best life. But I am stable, clear-headed. Rebuilding relationships with Dad and Tyler. Working on myself in therapy. Doing house projects that make me happy. Occasionally lonely, but okay with that for now. That is enough.